All right. So, welcome to our first Stakeholder Meeting for the month of February. I don't know about you guys, but this year's going by super fast. Is it going fast for you guys too? Yeah. It's going so fast, my clicker's not working. That's how fast it's going. You know, I'm saying something.
You gotta give it to Amy.
All right, perfect. So first, let's start with a message from our KW President, Martine.
Well, we all get together, we have our family reunion, and it is a family. And so I really hope you're coming to Anaheim, and it's one of those things. When I think about what Gary teaches us, especially in the MREA, it's all about becoming a local economist and employee. What does that mean? It means two main things. One is you know your numbers better than anybody else, because I promise you, there is no national company, whether it's Zillow or Keller Williams or Redfin or any of those, that knows more about your market than the local economist of choice in your market. And so that's how you are the true fiduciary to all your clients. The second thing it means is that your clients can count on you to be the card catalog of choice. Now, for some of you that didn't experience this, there used to be this thing called the decimal system, and we had these buildings, and we called them libraries, and people would go in and you would look for the card catalog. And all that did was direct you where to find the book you were interested in. Well, as a leader in our marketplace, as a top agent, you want to think of yourself as a card catalog as well. So helping your clients, whether it's investing in real estate, use the MREI, or you want to help them build wealth, we have several programs to help them build their wealth. But most importantly, it's making sure they know that you're attending education and training to be the best director you can be, and there is no better event than family reunion. We can't wait to see you there. There are still tickets available. We hope you come join us. Have a great month.
All right. Yes, very, and that'll be starting next Saturday. So you haven't got your tickets, I definitely invite you to get your tickets. It's going to be a great event, a lot of great value, a lot of great information, a lot of great networking opportunities. Thousands of realtors from all around the world will be meeting in our backyard. Take advantage of those connections that you guys can make.
Hello.
All right, Keller Williams. To build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. To be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. God, family, then business. Our MVP, win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing, customers always come first, commitment in all things, communication, seek first to understand, creativity, ideas before results, teamwork, together everyone achieve more, trust starts with honesty, equity, opportunities for all, success results through people. Keller Williams is a technology company that provides a real estate platform that our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. Keller Williams speaks like a top producer, acts like a trained consultant, and focuses all its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. All right. It's our favorite game show titled
Name that
Prize. Hello, my lovely co-host Amy. Amy, tell us who our first contestants are for our game show.
Thank
Thank you.
The first contestant here is 8233719.
Yeah, here.
All right, John, come on down. He's John. He's got to be on your dirt. All right, John, you can take your seat. Where do you want to sit? All right, perfect. Let me see over there. All right, perfect. Who's our second contestant?
Our second contestant is 8233723.
All right, come on down. Yeah. All right, want to meet you. Oh yeah, definitely after the show. Absolutely. I feel saying that. It's the heels, right? There you go. All right. So, it is a lovely 5-bedroom, 3-house. It's about 2,123 square feet. Lot size is 4,450. 2-car attached garage, as you guys can see the picture. Built in 1998. And this home is located in a beautiful, desirable neighborhood of Chino Hills. And this home actually closed escrow last month, January. So this is a very recent closing. It was only in the market for literally 5 days before it got into escrow.
What was the?
Oh, sure, it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 21, 23 square feet, 2-car attached garage, 2-story, obviously, built in 1998. It is a single family residence, and it was only on the market for 5 days before it went under contract. So, name that price. We're gonna go with you, John. What price did this beautiful home sell for?
Okay, the time was 925.
925, okay. All right, perfect, okay. All right, Amy, what do you think?
Let's see.
975. 975, okay. All right, perfect. All right, now we hear from the audience. 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 21, 23 square feet. Built 1998, literally only on the market for 5 days before it went into escrow.
859.
890.
955, 900, 890,
985.
985,
$1,025,000.
$1,025,000. I would say like maybe like 5 months ago, probably about there, probably right there. I'll see that. Yeah, okay. So the actual price of the home that sold for $910,000. Yeah, so congratulations, John. Yeah. Here you go, John. So take out your camera so we can take a picture of the winner. There you go. And of course, on my show titled, that's right, don't even song without winning a prize. So here you go, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good job. All right, all right. All right, so our February birthdays. Let's give it up for everyone born in February. Yeah. Sunshine, also known as Sunshine, so happy birthday to that. Yes. Yes, and also Tina. Yeah. I'm pretty sure because you know your team is next to each other. So I'm like, wait, I got one Tina today. So yes. All right, perfect. And our February work anniversary. So let's give it up for our February work anniversary. So, yeah. All right, now we get to our bucket fills. So this is where we take the opportunity to fill someone's bucket. You know, it could be another agent, it could be some part of leadership, someone that may acknowledge you, help you with a project, you know, or you just want to make someone smile. So let's start with a bucket fill. Come on.
I've only been here since December, but the support is just phenomenal. I want to thank you, I want to thank Brian, Amy, and everybody's just been great.
Awesome, love that. So let's give it up for that bucket fill. All right, let's hear one more bucket fill.
I want to build John's project, yeah, I got John to loan, you know, to add to you and, yeah. Just happy about that.
Yeah, I love that, absolutely. I mean, those videos that John does, you guys should totally be sharing this video with your clients. You know, I mean, seriously, just imagine if you're consistently sharing every video that John is doing, they're gonna look at you guys like, gee, like your expert is on, you know what I mean? So definitely take advantage of what John shares because that's valuable information and it's real time.
I also want to thank to John because his video every Tuesday is just so good because it keeps me updated with the interest rate weekly. So I always watch it.
Yes, I love that. Let's give another hand for John. Providing value on a consistent basis. I love it.
I want to feel
Okay, yes, sure.
so Clara. I know she's stepped out of her comfort zone and gotten into more videos. And I think you're getting a pretty good response with that. Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to congratulate you on that. Yeah. And also,
I'm sorry, go. I'm sorry, go.
I was gonna say also like the coaching program too, Kevin, Brian, like the energy in here is just so much different than it was last year. It's just phenomenal.
I mean, it feels like a real estate office, you know, like there's activity going on and there's excitement and it feels really good. So thank you.
All right, I love that. All right, one more button before we move forward. Bo.
I can feel for Kevin, with his chance with the group. They uplift me too.
What a great way to kick off the Wednesday with all the bucket bills. I love it. Love it. All right, now it's time to pitch your listings. So any listings that you have on the market, coming to the market, or maybe a seller told you, hey, if you give me this, I'll sell my house. So let's get 3 of those. I'm sure you guys have talked to sellers. I mean, you guys make your calls, aren't you? People in the coaching program, you guys make your calls, right? Yes, I'll take a yes. All right, so before we move forward, I want to hear one. Yes.
I'll pitch this one again. My client has been getting her house ready. It's a 4-bedroom, 3 baths, 2,700 square feet, pool in the back. It's near Canyon Hills Junior High. And we'll probably list that on between March 11th and March 13th.
Okay.
Yes.
And what price are you guys thinking?
That one's $1,075,000.
75. Okay. It's a beautiful area too. So
Yeah.
sure I'll fly off the shelves. Awesome. Anyone else? What do you want to talk about? Coming soon, maybe talk to a seller that they would entertain an offer. Going once. Going twice. Wait, Jaime, don't you and James have a new listing,
Yeah,
right?
we have a listing in Monterey Park.
Okay, tell us about it.
It's been going well. We've been getting a lot of good activity.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a great neighborhood. It's not too far from Atlantic or Garfield. So, and it's got accessibility to the freeway.
Nice.
It's a great area. Yeah, it's unfortunately it's near the shooting. Unfortunately, not far from what happened, but it's a wonderful neighborhood. Yeah, it's a wonderful community. Since we've been there, we've been enjoying it. It's really great. We're getting quite a lot of activity. And so far, we've been averaging over 20 people.
Oh, that's great.
Each open house has been pretty packed.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we've had to take thankful for our Asian agent, because there's been a lot of non-English, in some cases, not all. But it's been neat. We've been seeing families come through, the mother, dad, so it's been really good. So hopefully we'll get it sold.
I'm sure you will. I mean, especially getting that amount of
We're
activity.
anticipating to get it sold.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. And the power of having a team where you can actually have someone, that can talk to your incoming open house people. That's always important. And that's why it's always great for you to do open houses with another agent, so you can actually have a person you can bounce all the ideas with. And also, if you have a community and the primary language most people speak, it's always good to have someone.
I'm trying to work on another one in Long Beach.
Okay.
But that's not quite. It's kind of trying to get it ready to go in the oven type thing.
Okay.
I'm trying. There's some. Fortunately, it's a divorce type thing, so it's.
No, yeah, it happens. I mean, it's,
So I'm trying to get that. Hopefully. I'll let everybody know. It's in a good area. It's by Long Beach University. So.
okay. Yeah, I know that very well.
Yeah.
Back in my college days and all that stuff. Awesome. Well, definitely keep us updated on that. I love hearing the progress that you're doing. That you're doing. That's awesome. Keep it up. Ryan, do you have your hand up?
I got a Victorville listing coming soon, it's being prepped right now, 3.2, 1,600 square feet, 7,000 square foot lot, 340 something. 2 weeks.
Perfect. I think we have a fire for that.
Oh, actually, I'm right here, so.
Love it. Let's make that happen. Love that. Let's make deals in the room. That's always great.
That's right. We have a new listing coming up, Florida, by any chance. No, Florida. There we go.
Yeah, pollution. Okay.
What specifically are you looking for?
I have a doctor that's possibly looking in the 410 area. So he's looking for something that kind of catches attention. So something he wants a 3-car garage type thing. probably 4 bedrooms, somewhere on there. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. So it's sort of like 92835.
If you have anything beautiful coming up, let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. I love that. I love hearing all this stuff. I mean, I love it. It's great. Keep it up. Keep it up. Anyone else have any?
Is there anyone interested in the lumber? I have a friend who wants to sell his property, but he doesn't want to put it on the market, you know. So he
Okay.
don't want to go these people, but if there's any buyer interested in buying his house, he's ready to sell. It was in lumber, it's quite big. I think the price he wants to sell is like 1.6 million, something like that. It's quite a big house.
Is it like in the gated community?
Daily,
Gated.
I know it's not gated,
Okay. Is
but
that-
it's quite good. Yeah, it's in quite good condition, a very nice area, very nice views. Lumber.
What is Shane?
It's over 3,000 at least.
Lot size, you know?
I don't have the exact information yet. I can ask for him, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just know it's quite a big house.
It's Laverne, right?
Lumber. 1.6 million.
Single story or double story?
But that was-
Like that. See, look at that. See? So you guys know these people out there that are looking to sell their house. Maybe they don't want from the market, but they are interested in entertaining offers. So keep that up. Have those conversations with people. Like, hey, I know you don't want to sell right now, but what price would make you want to, sell your home? Well, if I can get this, perfect. Share that with everyone. Like, hey, I got a person that's looking to sell out. If we can get them this price, right? Start the conversations. Start the conversations. All right. Going once, going twice. All right, moving on. All right, so send us your listings, right? You guys have new listings coming up. Send it to us so we get an opportunity to help you market your listings as well. Marketing on social media, sending email blasts out to our agents, right? We'll help you market your listing. So make sure you send them right here to email address right there. You guys get emails from the email address on a regular basis, so it's nothing foreign from you guys. So yes, make sure you get your listings. Make sure to email them there to Mo, and she'll make sure to get it blasted and tagged on social media, all that good stuff. All right, so trainings that we have up here, you see we have our Zoom trainings, we also have our in-house trainings, and then we also have our regional unit, which is family meeting coming up in Anaheim next weekend, 18th to 21st. So make sure you guys mark the dates and the times for our events. All right, so this coming Friday, our regional director, Jim Crowell, a lot of you guys probably know, he's going to be doing a class on the powerful numbers between the number 3 and the 201 plus. 201 plus probably should feel familiar to you since we did a database class last month talking about the importance of that. So make sure you guys show up. We're going to be sharing a lot of great value, a lot of great information. So, and then right after that on Zoom, our Chief Advisory Officer, Sandy, she's going to be doing a Zoom class on buyer and listing agreements. So this is definitely a class you definitely want to make sure to attend because obviously you guys being in the business, knowing how to write your buyer and listing agreements is crucial. All right, profit share class with our Chief Buying Officer, Amy. She'll be doing a class. It's going to be Tuesday, February 14th, also Valentine's Day. So such a great day to do a profit share class, right? All that
You
good
can bring
stuff.
me presents.
Show the love.
There you go. Bring some roses and some chocolate, right? Yes, absolutely. And we also have a lunch and learn with John. He's also going to bring an appraiser. That's going to be Thursday, February 16th, 11:30 to 1 p.m. Another great class to attend, especially now being in this market. You definitely want to make sure to know how to get your escrows approved, get the appraisals approved, all that good stuff. So make sure you attend. All right, so our stakeholders meeting on the 22nd, we're going to be going over family reunion AHA. So that's what we're going to be talking about February 22nd. And then February 24th, we're going to have our very own Derek Bowie. He's going to share how to kick butt and make 6 figures in real estate, even when the market is nosediving. Yes, that is the title that he gave me. He said, hey, let's just run with it. Let's put that on there. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. So make sure you make time for that. It's going to be 12 p.m. Friday, February 24th. All right, and our next database day. So that's going to be following right after Derek's event. It's going to be 2 to 4. This is a great opportunity for you guys to come in here, make your contacts, get your updated information on your contacts, right? So when you're reaching out to people like, hey, Mark, what's the best email address for you? Hey, Susie, what's the best physical address for you? Because we know if you have the 4 pieces of information, that's what's going to help you find that success if you have multiple ways of reaching out to your database. And then our first Margarita Friday, it's going to be February 24th. So that's gonna be at 4 p.m. We're gonna have a little margarita set up there. So after you guys are in here busy building up your database, you also get to enjoy some margaritas right after. Does that sound fun, right? You know, you build your database and then you also get rewarded with margaritas. Just saying, right? Just saying. Oh yeah, Tina, what's the average commission that you know? $15,000. So when you guys are adding your content to your database, remember $15,000 opportunity right there. All right, Red Day. So make sure to mark your calendar for Red Day. That's going to be May 11th. More details as we get closer to the event to let you know exactly what we have planned for Red Day. Family reunion, we already spoke about that. It's going to be next week. Definitely show you different. These are just some of the breakout sessions that they'll have at family reunion. If you go to the website, you'll actually get a whole rundown of all 175 sessions. So it's great.
Can I say something about?
Oh, yeah.
So, you guys, if you've been there, you know the impact that this event has. I mean, it's recharging and it's great education. The information that you'll pick up, you can, I can't guarantee it, but I want to guarantee that you would at least, get one transaction out of implementing any of those ideas, which would pay for your ticket. So it's right here. You don't have to pay for hotel or airfare or any of that. It's a really great opportunity to get this information. I would highly encourage you guys to attend this event. It's phenomenal.
Oh, man.
So,
Yes, definitely. A lot of great values. I'll definitely be there, and a lot of us will be there. So go learn, educate yourself, network, have a good time. All right. So these are our keynote speakers, Ed Milet, the founder and host of Game Changers podcast. You guys probably know who this person is. John, thank you. He actually gave me his book. I finished it. Amazing. And Molly Fletcher, she's the author of The Power of One More. So definitely great keynote speakers to go and listen and attend. All right. So Think Like a CEO just started its new season. They're 3 episodes in. They usually update their episodes every Monday. So definitely check it out. It's a lot of great information, a lot of great value. It's literally Gary Keller and Jay Papazon just sharing nuggets about how to really be successful in this business. So definitely take advantage of it.
The best way to approach coming disaster is to lean into it and run through it. That way they just get through the other side faster. That's right. But in a recession, don't have a recession mindset. You can go really negative really fast. Change is inevitable. Participation is optional, and it's actually where all the opportunity is too. That's right. Charge is on.
All right, so if you're interested in Keller Williams Luxury, there is a workshop that you guys can check out. 4 simple pillars to grow your luxury business. We also have our KW community events are going to happen at family reunion. So this is just a list of them that you guys can attend while you're there. Upcoming KW community events, they have the dates here. And as you go to the website, you'll get more information on how to register. And these are our free February fast track trainings. These are all on Zoom, so you can definitely take advantage of these trainings done by, a lot of top producing agents that are actually doing these activities. So you're learning from people that are actually doing them, not just someone that read a book. You're actually learning from people actually doing this stuff. So, all right, make sure you guys are not calling people on the do not call list because you don't want to get sued. It's not fun and it's very expensive. All right, so 2023 real estate market. All right, guys, so if you look here in 2023, where is this trending? The little blue line there. It's going down, right? So then what does that mean to you when you see that that's trending down? If you're looking at here, the title, so December, County active listing inventory year over year, right? So that means what's going down? Right, inventory is down, right? Yeah, so that's what we're seeing. Now, if you look at this graph here, we see that demand. If you're looking at this blue line here, what's going on with demand? Demand is going up, right? So as inventory is going down, demand is going up, right? All right, so if we're looking here at this chart, if we're looking at the blue line here, where is this going? Okay, so if we look at the box there, what type of market are we heading into?
We're still in the seller's market or balanced market right now.
Right, yeah, so then we're in a, yeah, exactly, but if you looked at this last year, last year December, we were actually trending more towards, more of a buyer's market. But as you see here, we're actually trending down, so we're actually going down from a buyer's market to more of a balanced market, and then possibly even heading back to a seller's market, right? Now, if you're looking at, if you're watching reports last year, a lot of economists were thinking we were going in the opposite direction. But now if you're looking at it, we're actually trending. So we're actually, looks like we're going back into another seller's market, right? So, so what does it say to you? If you're talking to your clients right now, what type of information should you be providing to them?
The current market price is good, but not wait too long.
Exactly, can't wait too long, right? And as you see, let's say if you're a seller, and your agent's sharing with this information, how would they be using it? Like if you're talking to a seller, how would you be using this information?
A lot of sellers think that the market is declining, but you can show them that the market is not declining. It's kind of a balanced market.
Right, exactly. And then the previous graph I showed you showed demand was going up, right? So this would be a good opportunity for your seller to sell their house because demand is increasing. Because that means that there's going to be more buyers looking at their homes. So if you're talking to sellers out there, you should be telling them now is the opportunity for you to sell your house because the demand is going up, right? Yeah.
What's interesting about that is that it's following a trend that's closer to what happened before COVID. Right, so 2019, normal year, prior to in 2019, rates were a little bit higher. And so we're kind of following the same trend as getting back to normal seasonality during as before COVID. So when you see what February, March, April, this is when people start to really move, right? Kids are out of school in the next few months. Parents are waiting for their kids to get out of school. They start putting their homes on the market. So what we should see is that listing inventory going up. So question is, does our personal inventory go up too? Meaning, are you starting to get those callbacks or people reaching out saying, hey, what is my home worth? We're thinking about moving.
Absolutely, I love that. Yes. All right, so top ways to get listings. I mean, Brian actually touched on one of them, and home values, right? Reaching out to your sellers, like, hey, are you interested in the value of your home? That's definitely one of the ways for you to get questions. That's definitely one of the ways for you to get listings right now, is reaching out to people and, asking about, hey, are you interested in the value of your home? And I'm sure you guys probably saw online, people post like those little boxes you can click on, right? That you can actually get, instant value of your home. Those things are working. Those things are working. Also, they say the #1 source for listings right now is expired. How many of you guys work expires? Okay, all right. So Brian, since you work expires, typically a seller has 4 options, right? If their house doesn't sell, what are those 4 options for a seller?
Price.
Well, no, in terms of what their actions are. If their house doesn't sell, they have 4 things to do.
So they can price it better.
Okay.
They can improve the condition. They can improve the terms or hire a better agent to help them with operations.
There you go. That's what I was going off, right? So there's 4 things, right? So either A, they'll list the property with the same agent, right? B, they'll list the property with another agent. C, they'll decide not to sell at all. Or the 4th option, they'll go for sub owner, right? And typically we know that most sellers will usually go with the 2nd option to hire a new agent. And we know typically that usually happens within the first 3 weeks of the home being sold or the home being expired, right? So this is a great opportunity for you guys to reach out to those expired people, right? Because their house might have been on the market several months ago when they thought they could get a higher dollar amount, but as interest rates started going up, a lot of buyers started to pull away. And now that we're seeing demand go up, this is a great opportunity for you to reach out to those people and say, hey, you know what, that price you wanted back in June, we may be able to get it to you now in February or March, right? So there can definitely be another great opportunity for you guys to get listings. It's definitely with expires.
If I may something.
Yes,
Of course, you also notice that the expired lease has to do with the motivation. Are we being taught to look for motivation? What kind of better lead that the motivated expired? Most of these people are gonna be motivated to sell them.
absolutely.
And that's why, not many agents hit those, but we should start, and we're gonna have a lot of them very soon coming.
Absolutely. I mean, think of it as expired. Thank you for bringing that up, Coach Victor. Think of it as expired. Expired is already raised two hands. One hand, they want to sell their house. Second hand, they're willing to pay the compensation. Right? So these people are already looking to work with someone. They're already motivated to sell. It is a matter of you being able to provide the value proposition and separate yourself from all the other choices that they have. Right? So definitely make expired your list if you're looking to get, more listings in today's market. So we touched on, you obviously, reaching out to your database, reaching out to people, offering complimentary home valuations, or even doing CMAs for your past clients. We also talked about expireds. Do any of you guys farm? You guys farm? Any of you guys geographical farmers?
Started.
You started, okay. And you as well, Coach Evan, yeah. I mean, the thing is, farming is actually used right now too. Send out those home values to the farm. Because I guarantee you, if you send out those home values in a farm, you will get a listing in 3 months. I guarantee you, but you have to be consistent with it, right? Because consistency is key, right? So when it comes to top listings right now in the market, expired, posting those, what's your home value, doing that on social media, or you're paying for that, as well as geographical farming, and then reach out to your sphere of influence. Those are the top sources right now for listings in today's market.
Another thing that will attract the attention is if you take the time to incorporate video when you're preparing your CMAs, record when you're going toward the comparables, and make it more interesting. In a short 2-3 minute video, he is going to pay more attention to it and might be able to, you're showing that you are a professional, showing him this is the value of your home, this is what is in the market, and you start following.
I love that, Coach Victor. You know what? I'm gonna hire you for a class. I want you to do that class.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
say something about that.
Yes.
Video.
Yes.
So when I pre-qualify a new client, our first interaction is over the phone. So as soon as we hang up, I'll send them a video about what we talked about and just kind of put a face with a name. So Coach Victor is 100% right that it's going to bring a level of credibility that somebody who's not doing it isn't going to bring. So if you're incorporating video into anything you do, any interaction you have with a new client, a buyer, a seller, if you just incorporate it a little bit, you're already doing more than the next person. And you're bringing credibility to your business.
And just imagine doing it for the expired.
Exactly. Game changer, because no one else is doing that for sure.
It's huge.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And then also, if I could say, knowing what to say to expireds. What are you guys saying to these expireds? How do you approach them?
Man, Coach Kevin, I wish, we had a class. that
We
did
do.
Here.
We do.
We call it scripted role play. I
We
wish
do.
We had a class. We do.
Yeah.
We do have a class. Now, would it be possible one day if you said, hey, today we're gonna do expired scripts? Is that possible? We can do that?
Absolutely. Qierre, your home was on the market, it didn't sell. So could I ask you, are you still interested in selling your home?
Yes.
Fantastic. Qierre, let me ask you, where were you going? If this home had sold, where were you going next?
I was going to Hawaii.
Hawaii, that's exciting. Tell me, what's important about you being in Hawaii?
I'm retired, man. I've worked like 70 years. I'm ready to retire.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Qierre, let me ask you, if there was a possibility to get your home back on the market, get top dollar, get it sold in 45 days, getting you and your family to Hawaii, is there a possibility you would let me list your home and get you to Hawaii?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
I love you. Come on.
Hey, we go that expired script. So if you want to work expired, you got to know what to say. You got to know how to handle the objections, because you're going to get a lot of objections.
That's the most important thing.
On these expireds. Now, there's opportunity there, but you got to know how to approach that opportunity and get the fruit, because it's low hanging fruit. They want to sell. You just have to know what to say.
Just be quick to the point, like
Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Oh, I can appreciate that, and I understand your frustration. And I have a lot of empathy for that. That's what they're looking for, because they're frustrated. So we've got to be able to lower the veil And the only instrument that we have to do that is our voice and our sales skills. We are salespeople. Believe it or not, we are salespeople. You might not like that,
With
but
smile.
we are salespeople. We are professional salespeople, and be proud of that.
It says on your license.
Be proud of it. So if you want to learn that script, we're gonna go over that script.
Don't be a secret agent.
No,
It's a
you can't.
conversation, that's it, we're learning a conversation. I'm fired up, I'm gonna make some calls.
Get it, let's get it.
I'm gonna make some calls right now.
Let's keep that energy going. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Impromptu. I love it. I love it. That's still he's on the scrap. That's exactly what it is. He's on the scrap.
All
All right.
right, just one interjection,
Yes.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're offering a second opinion. Right, that's what Kevin's just talking about. In summary, it's a second opinion. I know you've got goals. It didn't happen with the first time around. Again, are your goals important enough for you to give yourself a second opinion? That's all. That's all I'm saying. Anytime somebody's thinking, oh, I think I already have an agent. Great. Well, I appreciate that. And yet it'd be important for you to get a second opinion, right, on such a big purchase. A second opinion will always get your foot in the door. And after that, you do your presentation and focus on knocking off the side.
I love that. And it's all about getting your foot in the door, right? It has to start somewhere. All right. Now I'd like to welcome our special guest. You already know him. He provides so much value every Tuesday. Give it up for Mr. John.
More value? I got more value coming up. Value.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of kind of what Qierre was talking about there. So I love like you said, I love the energy in the room today. There's a lot of people here. This is not gonna be about this is not gonna give you tactics on how to get out there and meet the people. It's once you meet the people, the buyers, the sellers, what are some talking points that you can share with them as to why it's a good time to buy or sell? So there was a home buyer report put out by NerdWallet. Some of this stuff is true, some of it's just outlandish. So 83% of those polled say buying a home is a priority for them. Okay, forgive me, I don't know how many people were involved in this poll, but about 28 million Americans, or 11%, plan on purchasing a home in the next 12 months. Okay, I think they're talking about maybe there's going to be 1 to 1.2 million homes. So if 28 million people are saying they want to buy, the numbers are very lopsided there. So that's the supply and demand right there. That one thing right there can talk about supply and demand. There's going to be not enough supply for the demand going forward. 70% of people had plans to purchase in 2022, but were unsuccessful. Some made offers that weren't accepted or couldn't find affordable homes. Now, 67% said they expect an imminent housing crash. Now, show of hands. How many people in here think we're going to have a crash or correction or something
We'll
major?
have a correction, not a crash.
Right,
Everybody's expecting 50%. It ain't happening.
right.
Listen, guys, if it didn't happen during the pandemic, because the government had something in place, what was it? Forbearance, right? That hold REOs and short sales. We're not gonna have a 50% market. However, we're starting to see a shifting in the market of about 20-25% market. Of course, real estate is local, but we're starting to see it.
Yep.
And the inventory is coming.
Well, I agree. So that one key point can go back to that other one about 28 million Americans wanting to buy in the next 12 months. There simply won't be enough inventory for that. 61% said current mortgage rates are unprecedented, meaning they have never been seen before. Does anybody remember the 80s? What were rates in the 80s?
18%.
14%.
14, 15, 16, 17. So back, I obviously I didn't own a home in the 80s. I was a teenager, but people that I know said they couldn't wait to get that 10 or 11% interest rate. Yeah, it's all relative, right? Homes were cheaper, incomes were cheaper. There was a lot of the same things that are happening now was happening then, but these rates, no way. These rates are nothing like what they were back then. That's just wrong information. You know, this is people that are watching the media and not sure what's going on. 57% feel worse about their ability to buy a home in 2023 because mortgage rates will be higher. So I think we're finally over that hump where rates are going to start trending downward. There, you know, one of the things I watch is I follow Barry Habib. He's been in the industry for 15, 20 years. He's usually spot on. I don't watch CNN or any of these other shows. This is a guy I follow and watch every single morning. And the CPI inflation report, he nailed it. In November, he said, when November 10th comes, I think it was November 10th or 6th. So when this date comes around, rates are going to drop. Literally, the inflation report was as he predicted. Rates dropped 0.5%. I don't know if you remember the big drop in November. It was about 0.5% from one day to the next. Okay, they've gone back up a little bit since then, but right now he's talking about May 10th. There is another inflation report coming out based on last year's inflation. We're expecting to see if it comes out where it's expected, we'll see some good rates there. So I'm just going to share some graphs with you. This is more toward for sellers. 80% of mortgages right now have an interest rate between 2 and 4%. So that's what you're competing against right now with out there. 93% have rates from 2 to 6%. Okay, so 93% of mortgages are 6% or lower right now. That's tough when you're trying to talk to a seller and explain to them why now is a good time to sell. But it is a good time to sell if you look at other things. So homebuyer mortgage payments are up 29.3% year over year. Average, this is median, as of January 22nd, the average mortgage payment was $23.23. And again, this is national. It's about $650 higher than what it was down, I think. You can see it, I don't know if you can see it over here, $17.50. And so it's a little bit higher, but not really significant. Here's another talking point. According to ADP, they did a poll as well, and ADP is one of the biggest paycheck processors in the country. For people that stayed at their jobs, their income was up 7.3% year over year. For people that left their job to a different job, their incomes were up 15.2% year over year. Wow. So the media might be saying, you know, we're losing jobs, people aren't making money. The proof is in the data. People are making more money.
They're making more if they left.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why they left.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so median sales price as of January 22nd, nationwide is up 1.1%. That's not, we're not bottomed out, we're not losing, we're still gaining. Inventory and vacancy rates are at historic lows. We all know that inventory is low, vacancy rates are low. It's more expensive to rent a house, even though they're saying it's getting less expensive, it's still expensive. The average home sold, again, right here, and based off the January 22nd data, at 97.8% of list price. Okay, that's still pretty good relative to what it was listed for, compared to, let's look at the top here, almost 203% 103% in 2022 at the top there. So homes are still selling. Here are some reasons why you might want to sell or buy. You know, newly married, new baby, newly single, downsizing, upsizing, empty nester, emerging professional, somebody that you know, maybe they're out of school, now they're becoming a doctor or something, ready to buy that first home in that neighborhood they've been looking at.
You forgot one.
What's that?
You forgot one.
Which one?
Divorce.
Oh,
And death, you forgot about death too.
So,
It happens.
Divorces filed
Yeah.
already. in
Right.
court.
Yeah.
so I know I went through this really fast here, but these are talking,
Well, I think you're gonna say it, so.
I don't know, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just saying, as agents, if we're making contact with people, whether it be over the phone or casually, you're listening for these situations coming up as cues of, of a conversation tip to, oh, let me know that this person just got married, or, oh, let me know that this person just new baby, let me know that they just got a divorce, let me know that they're downsizing, the kids are out of their home now. Or they're just, so those are reasons to follow up, because you're saying statistically, they're gonna move.
They're gonna move. You know, like, I think we've gotten over the year of adjustment in the sense of, I have a 2.5 or 3% interest rate. You know, nobody wants to leave that, but life changes. You know, whether you're moving out of state, whether you're moving into the state, whatever it might be. These sellers a lot of sellers are ready to sell. They're just afraid that they're gonna buy something more expensive and the payment's gonna be much higher. I think it's our job to explain to them, hey, the equity you've gained over the last however many years could help you keep that payment lower. Yes, interest rates are higher. They're not gonna be higher forever, but they're also not gonna be in the 2s and 3s again. Nobody, I don't think, is predicting that. The government kept them down to that. I have a couple of other points here that I saw this morning, and I thought, you know, this was just such great information. I wanted to share it. So, according to CoreLogic, this is a new report. If you're familiar with CoreLogic, one of the biggest data gatherers in the country, if not the biggest. Values were up 6.9% in 2022. This is nationwide. Now, who remembers what they were doing in November of 2012? 10 years ago, 10 years and 1 month ago, 121 months of straight appreciation in the real estate market.
In 2000, from 2012 to basically
To December.
121
straight months of appreciation. I mean, it's nuts, right? Prices have only declined 3% from their peak of whatever the highest were. We've only declined 3%, but we're still not in a negative side of things as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Now, if you gain 40% on your home from 2020 to now, and it's down 3%, so what? That's a 37% net over 2 years. Appreciation is expected to be 3% this year. You'll find every number from under, from -3% to probably 6 or 8%, just depending where you are. But average appreciation is expected to be 3% this year. Here's a big one. If you had a client shopping for a home in November at the peak of interest rates of about 7.5%, let's just use a simple number here. $700,000 purchase, 20% down, $560 loan amount. Their payment at 7.5 was $4,795. That's taxes, insurance, so all in. That same client today can purchase a $795,000 house with that same payment of $4,791.
Wow, that's crazy.
They've gained $95,000 in buying power, just like they lost it.
Yeah.
Coming from 21 to 22, they've gained almost $100,000 of buying power because of where rates are today. And I can guarantee you, well, I can't guarantee you, but I can almost guarantee you, as we continue to go downward and rates hit 5%, somebody touched on it earlier. It might have been one of your slides, that we get to 5, that demand is going to shoot up, and there's going to be the potential that we're going to be back in the seller's market. This is why you want to tell your buyers right now, get into these houses. And just one last thing to finish with. I have a client that was shopping. So certain areas are still very, very hot. Multiple offers, list price or above. I have a client that was shopping in Rancho Cucamonga in the 800 and below range. They finally went under contract on a house for $765,000. There were 4 offers. They paid list price and got they did get $5,000 in closing costs, but there was the next closest offer. I talked to the listing agent. She said she had somebody else at full price asking for $10,000 in closing costs. So they took our offer because it was less in closing costs. But this guy put 4 offers on homes and got beat out on every single home that he put an offer on until this one. So it's not a dead market everywhere. The markets are still moving.
And now is a great time to get on the phone with your buyers or your sellers, depending on who you're talking to. So
FHA buyers or PE buyers still have a shot
they do, especially now with the new loan limits.
until about spring.
Yep, and then, you know, when you get to that point, when we get to the 5% range. I truly believe it's gonna be a different environment at that time. We're all gonna be upset if we're not talking to our clients now. Cause they're gonna be out there with somebody. The buyers are still there and their money is still there. All the money they had in 21 to buy houses and didn't get any houses, they still have it. They're just sitting on the sideline. So that's all I have. Any question?
Well, to your point, I talked to a guy last week. And it was kind of like right timing, and the guy said, well, it's funny that you called. I'm actually meeting with my banker to talk to him on the term that I'm gonna lock my money up in a CD for. Right, 3 years, 6 year, 12 year, or like, I'm sorry, 3 months, 6 months, like 18 years. And I said, well, I can appreciate that, and then what's the reasoning behind you locking your money? Well, you know, I saw a payment on a home that we made an offer for, new construction. And I just got sticker shock and I decided to pull back. If I'm gonna get that type of payment, it was like $4,000 payment. I want more for my money. I want more, I want a bigger house, whatever the case is. I said, okay. Well, the question is, if you're able to get that and get the home, or get a less of a payment and get the home that you're really looking for, would you be open to checking out some things? He's a first time home buyer. He said, yeah, I'd be open to it. So that was 2 weeks ago. I called him again. Just that one conversation, hey, Ryan, you know, that conversation we had, you know, your confidence in what you said, if you could, like, he's like, I talked to a couple of agents and et cetera, and they've kind of dropped off. However, and I've talked to him 3 times since 2 weeks ago, because he's like ready to go. He said, well, that conversation, you know, we didn't go through putting the money up into the CD because I'm hearing from you, and it seems like something could happen. So just that conversation of transfer of confidence about the market and what is possible stop somebody from making maybe a bad decision as a first-time home buyer and putting $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 into a CD and not being able to have access to it to buy a home that he really wants to do. It's just he's been let down and hasn't had any education.
That's the key. No education.
No education, and most people don't have education about what's going on. They're going off of what they're seeing on Bloomberg, Fox, CNN, whatever the case is. So, it's a big believer in, if you don't have a buyer presentation today, I've given ours out, master it, use the one that we set up, because it's going to help you talk people off the fence of locking up money or making bad purchase decisions, and helping them get into the game. Where we're talking here, the game has changed. The media is going off of information from 6 months ago, right? And people making decisions based on 6 months ago versus where we in reality are today.
Yeah.
So again, it's education, but the thing is, what's your confidence level in being willing to talk somebody off the fence?
Speak with confidence when you talk to your clients. If you're not speaking with confidence, they're gonna feel it right away. Just like you said, this gentleman was talking about the other 2 agents, they just kind of fell out. You come in confidently with what you're saying, you're gonna have them almost mesmerized as to what you're telling them. And even if you're half true, a lot of this is still better than what they're getting from the media.
How do you show confidence? By attending classes, by educating yourself about your neighborhood numbers, your economy, your MLS. You should dominate the MLS. Come on, you invest almost over $1,000 paying for that MLS. Make use of it. Get all the information you need and provide it to the buyers. You sound knowledgeable, and you're going to be able to become a trustworthy advisor.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we become, real estate advisors.
You know, I agree with Coach Kevin. We're salespeople, but we have to turn ourselves into a different level of salesperson. A salesperson that educates, not a salesperson that's just looking for their next deal. You know, if you're just looking for that next deal, you're going to get hurt every single time. But if you're coming from a place of caring and wanting to educate, which, I mean, I'll tell you, that has been so beneficial for me. You know, I mean, I've been a mortgage person and mortgage professional for 23 years. And when you start out, you're hungry, you're chasing, you're like, I need a deal. But as you get further in your career, you learn that It's all about educating. That's what wins deals nowadays. And if you're not doing that, you know, the guy next to you is, they're doing it. So 100%. Anyhow, I hope this was valuable.
Yeah, thank you, John. Definitely make sure if you're not sharing videos every Tuesday, start sharing this video every Tuesday. All right, perfect. So now let's move on to our sponsor for today, Ms. Marissa Williams with Surf Pros. Let's give up for Marissa.
Morning, everyone. As you mentioned, Marissa with Surf Pro on the Surf Pro Team Brogdon, and what that means to you is that I'm here locally in Chino Hills. And we also have the Spirit, Apple Valley, the Greater Inland Empire. The purpose to reach out to you is to let you know that we are just local people to provide immediate service for flood, fire, mold, asbestos, biohazard cleanup, vandalism, board up, anything that is a mess that nobody wants to touch, we will get to the job. Now, I realize most brand new homes don't have these issues, especially after inspection, but things happen. And also if there are older homes that you are trying to sell, mold and asbestos can be a really important factor to get rid of and to make sure that you take care of properly. We are also backed by many insurance companies as approved vendors for them. And some people would rather go the non-insurance route because they don't think, you know, rates are going to go up and they don't want that. So I can also get out to the property, put eyes on the mess, whether it's just a simple flood in the bathroom or kitchen, whatever the case may be, and give them an idea as to what the dollar amount will be, and then they can decide how they would like to proceed. We also have a really neat tool, Emergency Ready Profile, which is an application on your phone, which it could be used for a residential or commercial building. So let's say the main person at the front desk is brand new and they don't know where the shutoffs are, and there's a big flood or fire. They can simply click on the app and it'll have all the emergency contacts from hospitals to any emergency contact really, and then also shut off locations, and it'll have photos exactly where to go, and it just makes the process simpler in mitigating the damage before it gets any worse and before we can get there. This is a complimentary service, and all we ask with that being said is that you just contact us when that emergency actually does happen. And so again, we just want to try and provide some value to you here locally and also in the Greater Inland Empire, and just be there if you have any issues that arise. Any questions?
What's the process for mold inspection?
For mold inspections, we don't do them, but we do have companies that we work with who we can refer out and they will do the testing for us. And so that's a good point. We are not plumbers, we are not roofers, but we do have companies that we do work closely with. We can get out there and provide the information that we need in order to proceed.
Where our clients pay them directly or pay Serpro all in one invoice?
They would pay the testing company, so yes, or the insurance company.
And then based off whatever the findings are, that's where Serpro.
Yes. Also, I found that many companies, I've been told, like to rack up the rates when they know the insurance is involved, but we're not that type of company. We're going on to Brogdon. They've been in the business for 17 years and they're proudly expanding, and they have, you know, they pride in making sure that it's within line and that way it's going to get covered. They don't want to have to deal, you know, with issues too with the insurance, fighting back and forth, anything of that nature. So we'd really like to be, you know, competitive, of course, but also reasonable.
Any other questions?
I did bring some desk calendars for you. There's also some brochures. And like I said, anytime it could be after midnight, it doesn't matter. You can contact me and I will get someone out there if they need immediate assistance and emergency services for you. Doesn't matter.
Random question. See, document restoration.
That is basically, again, a flood or fire situation. We have we are partnered with a company who can, we will clear it out for them, that they do all that restoration for that.
Restore documents?
Yes.
Yes, I had that done in my house fire. So like on my birth certificate,
Yes, all important.
driver's license, whatever was left in the house, they were able to restore all of it. Yeah, so good. That's
It really is. And even something simple, I mean, I've been reading on the Chino Hills connections and locally that there's a lot, I mean, obviously, we know there's a lot of theft and just it's unfortunate, but we will get out there and just do board us, even if it's something as simple as that. We want to, if you're not sure, if you think it's something that we can handle, we most likely will. And even though I say we're just here locally in Chino Hills myself, we will gladly go up to Greater San Diego area, Orange County, outside of Los Angeles. I mean, we're willing to travel and assist. I mean, that's really what we want to do, is be there and provide. We're not, obviously, as some people like to say, first responders, but in a sense, we are after the fact, even going out to chase fires. I'm not a fire chaser, but if I do see a situation where on the local app that I can get out there and just, I'm not gonna pressure a person because I know how it feels to be in their shoes, but if I can just leave a card and say, we're here locally down the street, if you need anything, that's it. I'm not a public adjuster, I'm not, though, because those are pains in the butt. I know many do have experienced them. They try to promise them that they're gonna get everything under the sun rebuilt and back to normal and then some. And sometimes it doesn't end up being the case, and we have to go through mediation, and that just can take a long process.
I have a question. So do you guys do like, you guys have like a local warehouse where you store everything?
Yes, we
One
do.
of the, oh, that's I don't know if anybody's ever had a fire, but
Yes, we do.
that's like super important.
One of the main hub is down the street off of Edison behind I&I Brewery and Central. That's one of the main offices there. The sales team is out of Qierre space near the shops, but all the equipment here locally is there. Like I said, also Hesperia, Apple Valley, we have also acquired Palm Springs, Indio, Coachella, and so we're out there too with all of the equipment. And like I said, we're growing, and it's really exciting because we have our manpower and equipment that the owners just purchased to back everything that we say we're gonna do.
Oh, nice.
You even
Thank
do
you.
crime scene, for God's sake.
Yeah, when I first started, one of our technicians called and said, Marissa, how strong is your stomach? And I said, well, I don't know, Mohammed, why are you asking me this? He said, well, we have a person who was killed in this apartment, and we're not sure what we're gonna see when we get there. So of course, I don't do anything or anything of that nature, but I want to be able to say, yes, I was out there, I got to see and experience what it's like to be in those types of situations and how we handle them. Yeah. Yes.
What about the body's been in the property for almost 5 weeks?
Then, yes, we will still do them. We've had rodent, and we can imagine, can't imagine how gross these situations are with multiple dead cats, dead dogs, and mobile homes, just nasty things. Also, I've seen a lot of grow houses, marijuana grow houses where we get in there and we help the insurance,
Yeah, those are very common.
Very,
The
very
United States
common.
are gonna be facing it for a while.
Beautiful homes too.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see.
You have a question about about our situation? You can get the smell out of the house?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you, we can get to help, where's the other that you're looking at?
Where's the what?
What city? It's here in local.
The city.
How soon do you need it? We can I can work on getting that done for you.
A situation.
Oh, he left already?
Yeah,
I wanna say near Palm Springs.
okay, yeah,
Area.
if you wanna give me the address, I can definitely, see about scheduling something, today, if necessary, how
Okay.
we need it.
Yeah,
We'll
well.
work on that. Okay, definitely.
Last question,
Yes.
we're realtors, we don't never know what you're gonna find as you see. Biohazard, what constitutes as biohazard?
Similar to the death, the rodent infestation, yeah.
Just environment.
And so I try to partner too with police departments, but I mean, of course, they have their own team too, but sometimes they have needed us on some really big situations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sounds like a minor thing, but the fire is on fire.
Yes. Yes, you know,
I'm having a big mine, it's on the condo. The condos are, theirs is on the roof, on the condo.
mhm.
You have to climb up there and get them.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
think, when I especially myself, when I'm thinking it out, I mean, you think you're changing the surface, I mean, there's a whole lot that can be,
Yeah.
done, yeah.
That's really kind of a hassle, but it has to be done.
Absolutely,
Yeah, because I was surprised we had found like a big. Piece of good amount in there.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Amazon.
Oh, Capizon, okay, yeah, we could definitely work on that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's just share the information afterwards. And I'll
Yes,
take that.
absolutely.
Amazon, that's near Morocco, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know it by the-
That's what I'm talking. Their last week.
I appreciate Amy at the Chino Valley Chamber we're really involved with Chino Valley Chamber, and it's just been awesome the support that we like to give and receive through them. It's not always, we don't always get work from it, but that's just building the relationships, and I'm trying to grow that myself with local insurance agents, realtors, and school districts, municipalities, and so like I said, whatever information I can provide to you, if I don't know it, I will look into it and I will get that information.
Awesome. Any other questions? You guys good? Thank you. My perfect. Thank you. All right. So you guys have documents in front of you. Have a question? Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. Oh, no worries. That's consistent right there. No worries. Okay. So, all right, perfect. So you guys have documents in front of you there, talking about the Keller Williams value proposition. All right. All right, so look it over, come around the back, look at all that good stuff there. No. Now, can anyone tell me honestly that they use every single value proposition on that sheet? All right, probably a handful, maybe 1, 2, or 3, right? But you literally have all of these values being associated with KW Vision, right? And you guys should definitely take more advantage of it. You know, now if you look at all of the value propositions down here on the first page, for instance, you see the total added value comes to about 99,508. And that's just the very first page, right? Then you flip on the other side with the 6-figure agent program, you see the added value is over, it's 112,750, right? Is all of the added value that you guys are providing with KW Vision. Perfect. All right. So starting March 2023, so our monthly dues are going to go to $95 a month, starting March 1st of 2023. And what we wanted to do, we wanted to make sure to obviously let you guys know, of course, and then also provide you guys with the value proposition, because we believe the value that we provide definitely pays its weight in gold, as well as the $95 that we're starting March 1st. Now, KWRI, you guys know that's our corporate office, right? And our corporate office is increasing their fees, right? And with that, that's also a cause for us to do that as well. Now, since this office has been established, we've never increased our monthly fees. So this will be the first that we are doing this. And we want you to know that we are doing this because we have to, number one. Number two, we are focused on providing as much value to each and every one of you guys. So when you guys look at these sheets and you look at this value proposition, challenge us on it. Like, hey, this says that you guys do this, do this. You say you guys are providing all this education, do this, challenge us on this. Take the opportunity now to write down what you guys want to see from us in terms of the classes, the training, the education, right? The resources. Take this opportunity to make a list, like let us know, like, hey, I want to see this. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure we're the most valuable assets to each and every one of your businesses. Does that make sense? Yes.
I just wanted to point out, because I talked to a lot of KWs, that this is not just KW, this is KW Vision exclusive, the added value that you get from being in this market center. So even outside, just going down the street to another KW, you're not getting all this same value. So KW offers you a lot, but this office specifically, because of the people that are here, like Brian and you and Coach over there, make this $112,000 office value. So I just wanted you guys to know that. So even if you step out to Lake Elsinore or anywhere else, they don't have the same value. Just so you guys know, you guys got a lot with the coaching staff that has been put into this office. Just wanted to say that.
And
So,
you're right, because I go to Beverly Hills.
oh yeah,
My cousin paid a lot, like I think $40,000 a year for the name.
oh yeah.
But when I was like, so the leads, she said, what? Leads? Like, are you kidding? No, we paid for that. So I do know there's a lot of value here, and really kind of some days when there's like nobody in the building and we're having training, I'm usually kind of like, where's everybody at? Like, we have both coaches in the building on the phone, diving. And it's really, for me, it's been like a breath of fresh air, because I drive to Beverly Hills to hang out with my cousin and Doorknob, but it's not the same. It's not. You're paying for a name, really, other places, but we have real people working and taking time to give us all that they have. So I really agree with you, take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
hands down.
Yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
guys.
Sure, absolutely. So, with that being said, thank you guys for coming today for our stakeholders meeting. Now, you guys could participate in the going left. Thank you.